Peace. Yeah, man, just a small weekend recap. Had some good boxing on this weekend. Let's start off first with the Charlos. You know, the Charlos have been some of these people who have been the most mouthy and sort of irritating dudes you could probably think about. You know, again, these are the social media generation boxers. These are the guys who have done the less but get the most attention because they talk the most and they make the most social media posts. You know, guys like the Charlos and Adrian Broner and these people are famous because they're social media famous. They're not famous because they've accomplished a lot in the ring. And this weekend, it just shows how much more of their craft the Charlos still have to work on. Now, people can debate if Jermell lost his belt or not. But what people need to realize is that Jermell shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. For all the hype that's been around these people, you would think that these dudes would be blowing everybody away. Jamal should have lost that fight. But they couldn't get the twins making their pretty much their main event debut to lose on the same night. It just kind of shows how judges can be manipulated by the moment, if not by the promoter. Dominic Breazeale won his fight against Carlos Negron, and right after he called out Deontay Wilder. Now, this Deontay Wilder and Dominic Breazeale situation been brewing for a while, ever since Deontay Wilder and his people violated Dominic Breazeale and these people in a ballroom or some shit. And it's been brewing from there. But I'll get to that later about Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder, because it plays into the whole Dillian Whyte saga. So Dillian Whyte knocks off Derek Chisora in the second fight. And second fight was better than the first fight. Derek Chisora was looking brand new. This man was coming forward. He was winning the fight. He was doing great. But Dillian Whyte seemed much more relaxed inside there. You know, Derek was just mowing him down, just going to the body, you know, staying tucked in, you know, the whole Derek Chisora style. And Dillian Whyte ended up catching him with a left hook, knocking him clean out. It was a crazy knockout, you know. Dillian Whyte has had a very, very good year. Lucas Brown, Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora, beautiful year. You know, Dillian Whyte really should be considered maybe some fighter of the year or something, because he has had a great year. Then we get to when Dillian and AJ had their little confrontation. And I want to point out something. Remember when Dominic, they told Deontay Wilder that the British Board of Control don't just allow people into the ring? And Deontay said, oh, no, that's not true. What you mean, they can let me in the ring? Notice they also didn't let Anthony Joshua into the ring, even though he wanted to get, and they didn't let Anthony Joshua into the ring with Dillian Whyte. They told him to keep his ass on the stairs. Anyway, so Anthony Joshua, you know, Dillian Whyte calls him out. You know, I want that lanky piece or whatever. Anthony Joshua comes up, asks for a round of applause for Dillian, asks for a round of applause for Derek Chisora. Crowd gives it. They boo Eddie, of course. But then, of course, Dillian Whyte, the man is hyped, the crowd is on a high, and the man said, look, he wants his shot. And Anthony Joshua says, you deserve your shot, definitely. But, I mean, he told the truth. You know right now the priority. You know, the priority is Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. And if none of them two work out, then it has to be you. Of course, the crowd boos because, I mean, they're on a high. They don't want to hear about Deontay Wilder. They want, you know, they want the fight to be made right there, but it can't work like that. You see, this whole Dillian Whyte thing is frustrating for him. Oh yeah, Dillian Whyte got pissed off and stormed off or whatever. But it's facts. But here's where Dillian Whyte, Dominic Breazeale, and Deontay Wilder intersect. You see, Deontay Wilder is holding the entire WBC division hostage. The WBC also has a part of the blame to take, because they made Dominic Breazeale mandatory when he was not even a #1 ranked fighter. Your #1 ranked fighter is supposed to be your mandatory. That's what divisional rankings are for. If not, why have them? So they made Dominic Breazeale the mandatory over Dillian Whyte, who's the #1 contender and has a WBC silver belt. And I guess those things don't mean nothing nowadays, because if you can make Dominic Breazeale #1 contender off of an Eric Molina fight, then that means that shit is just by who you feel and who your promoter is. So anyway, Deontay Wilder still hasn't fought Dominic Breazeale, his mandatory. And that means the division is clogged up and Dillian Whyte can't get a shot at Deontay Wilder. But we must remember that Dillian Whyte showed a text message to Akam Barak on the Zone. I'll put the link in the description. Showed a text from Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder says nobody can force him to give Dillian Whyte a shot. You don't have to do shit for 2 years unless Eddie Hearn and AJ gives him what he wants. This is Deontay Wilder. And then he's on interview saying Dillian Whyte has to face Luis Ortiz first. Since when does Deontay Wilder control who faces him in terms of divisional? Oh, well, you got to fight this person before you fight me. So, yeah, I understand Dillian Whyte's position. He's frustrated because Deontay Wilder is clogging up the WBC. And AJ is trying to get Deontay Wilder to fight in April, but Deontay Wilder is ducking the undisputed fight. And this is why I kind of had to fall back from all these LDBC channels, because when I first came on YouTube, I used to watch a lot of these channels, Boxing Ego and these people. I had to fall back because I realized there's a certain level of hypocrisy you need to have when it comes to these people. All of a sudden, they're not interested in undisputed. No, we're not interested. We're not interested. We want Deontay Wilder to fight Tyson Fury. Since when in boxing has becoming the undisputed champion of the world been secondary to anything? Deontay Wilder is holding up this division, the WBC division. Dillian Whyte has a right to be frustrated, but he can't be frustrated at AJ. He can't, even though I think he does deserve a shot because he's going to be WBO #1 also. And at the very least, Anthony Joshua is fulfilling his divisional responsibilities. Deontay Wilder is not. Peace.